What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Justin checking back in, and I'm back with another reaction video. And I just want y'all to understand the severity of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a sad case, you know what I'm saying, with DURKIO. And it's crazy because when is it gonna end? You dig what I'm saying? The beef between Quando, Rondo Entourage, and Durk OTF Entourage is never ending. You feel me? But this man's been booked, and I just want to give context around the whole situation. And I hope this reaction video breaks it down so y'all understand the case, the charges, all of that. If you're new to the channel, man, I need you to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Run me up, man. We on the way to 3K. And I hope y'all are having a fantastic Monday. As you can see, this is my breakfast. Blueberries and strawberries. Listen, good for the mind and good for the soul. You dig? Health as well. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
Chicago rapper Lil Durk is in police custody this morning.
He was allegedly involved in a murder for hire plot.
Lil Durk just got hit with one of the most intense charges of his career. We're not talking about a simple arrest here. This is about murder for hire, and it's tied directly to the murder of his close friend, King Von. This isn't just another headline. It's a story of revenge, loyalty, and an alleged plot that reaches from Chicago to Los Angeles. Let's break down the details of how Durk's past might have finally caught up with him and what this could mean for his future. The other day, Lil Durk was arrested in Florida on charges linked to a murder for hire plot, a serious accusation that's bringing...
This could lead to even more charges and bigger charges. This could lead to a whole nother RICO, ladies and gentlemen. Because this man got snitched on, and who knows what the snitch told? Nobody but his homie. It be your own people. Like, comment, and subscribe. It be your own people.
A whole new level of attention to his life and career. According to federal prosecutors, Durk and 5 others tied to his Only the Family, OTF collective, were part of a plan to take revenge against Quando Rondo's camp for the murder of King Von, Durk's close friend and collaborator, back in November 2020. Authorities allege that this entire plot began when members of OTF wanted to seek retaliation for Von's death. The story of revenge didn't just stay in Chicago, though. Prosecutors claim that in August 2022, members from Lil Durk's crew traveled to Los Angeles on the behalf of Durk himself, and they had one goal in mind: to go to LA and take out Quando Rondo. However, this act of violence instead led to the death of Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pab, as the group allegedly carried out what they saw as retribution for Von's murder.
Like, bro, an eye for an eye, bro. It's sad, bro. It's a messed up situation, bro. Like, we killing each other. We gotta stop, bro. Why can't we collaborate and uplift each other? You know what I'm saying?
August 19, 2022, Quando Rondo and his cousin Lil Pab were in Los Angeles, making their way through the city.
It sound good, though. It all be so simple.
And spending time with close associates. Quando, known for his connections and tense history with Lil Durk's camp during the tragic conflict that surrounded King Von's death, was cautious yet calm as they navigated through the city that day. By the time the sun started setting, they pulled into a gas station near the Beverly Center, just a quick stop to refuel before moving on. Unbeknownst to them, another vehicle had been tracking their movements, strategically following them through Los Angeles. By the time Quando and Lil Pab pulled into the gas station, the second vehicle was closing in, and everything was set for the ambush. As they parked, that white sedan that had been following them pulled in close, creeping up just enough for its passengers to get a clear line of sight. And in an instant, the calmness of that sunny afternoon was shattered.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say shot at a Savannah rapper, killing a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for if you were in a car crash within the last 2 years?
As shots rang out and chaos erupted, the black SUV became the center of a tragic, gut-wrenching scene. The air was filled with panic, and within moments, it was clear the ambush had left someone critically hurt. Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab was hit, but the full weight of what had just happened didn't hit Quando until later on. Caught on camera, the haunting audio of Quando's screams went viral in the hours that followed. His voice is filled with absolute devastation, echoing through the chaotic scene as he realizes his cousin wasn't gonna make it.
The ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV.
For Quando, this wasn't just a loss. It was a moment of...
That's just terrible, y'all. Like, that's terrible, bro. I can only imagine, bro. Like, this shit, like, on some Big and Tupac level crazy.
public grief, a rare glimpse into the pain that artists like himself carried behind the scenes. It's that scream, filled with shock, disbelief, and grief, that made the story hit even harder. A reminder of how real and dangerous these conflicts can get. After the shots went off and Lil Pab was hit, police were called, and within minutes, the area was swarming with law enforcement and first responders. The gas station near the Beverly Center quickly transformed into a crime scene, with officers blocking off the area, trying to make sense of the chaotic scene. Paramedics rushed to treat Lil Pab, but it was clear his injuries were severe. Despite their efforts, he succumbed to his wounds right there on the spot, under the police lights right at the gas station, as his cousin Quando Rondo watched him pass away in shock. Quando, still being shaken up from the shock, could hardly process what had just happened. He was visibly distraught, pacing back and forth, his screams echoing across the lot, captured on cameras and phones by bystanders. Those screams would go viral, symbolizing the raw pain of a moment that could not be hidden or controlled, a heartbreaking reaction to losing someone so close so suddenly. The police, meanwhile, were already piecing together what little information they had. Witnesses reported seeing a white sedan speed off right after the shooting, leading investigators to believe this was a planned, targeted hit. This wasn't some random act of violence. It had all the signs of a calculated attack. The tragic moment left the hip-hop community stunned and mourning yet another loss in an ongoing cycle of violence. But that night was only the beginning. Law enforcement would dig deeper into the case, linking it to a broader network of rivalries and conflicts. And now with the federal indictment connecting Lil Pab's death to an alleged murder-for-hire plot involving LilDurk's OTF crew, this tragic story has taken on even darker layers.
Bruh. Like, bruh. This shit is deeper than rap, bro. It's deeper than rap, YouTube. Like, what would y'all do, chat? What would y'all do, man? Like, I feel like Durk is just being loyal. You know what I'm saying? Still being loyal to Vaughn. You feel me? Like, hey, that's just the life we live. You know what I'm saying? Or the life they live. I ain't gonna say we. I'm gonna say the life they live, chat. But chat, comment down below, man, how y'all feel. Like, you dig what I'm saying? Like, Quando Rondo, Durk.
According to prosecutors,
Like, when is this gonna end?
is the man behind what they're calling a calculated murder-for-hire plot, allegedly orchestrated as revenge for the death of his close friend, King Von. They claim that LilDurk, along with several members of his OTF collective, conspired to take down Quando Rondo or someone close to him as payback for Vaughn's tragic loss in 2020. This isn't just a simple feud. They're painting it as an organized, deliberate plan fueled by loyalty, revenge, and a desire to avenge.
It's very organized, very
Prosecutors allege that
strategic.
Durk's crew wasn't just acting out of anger. They were reportedly promised rewards for their loyalty. The indictment describes coded conversations between the alleged conspirators, detailing promises of financial compensation for opportunities in the music industry under OTF. This, they say, gave the men enough motivation to track down Quando's circle in Los Angeles and pull off a hit that would eventually send a message across the rap industry. Prosecutors are building the case around Durk's deep connection to King Von and the idea that Von's death was a major turning point for Durk. They're arguing that Durk saw Von's death as something that couldn't go unanswered. According to the prosecutors, this wasn't just about grief, but about maintaining his reputation and loyalty within his crew and the streets. They claim Durk felt a duty to take action, leading to this organized retaliation plan. A key element of the prosecution's case is that Durk's associates were allegedly promised rewards, whether in the form of money, prestige, or elevated positions within OTF. The indictment mentions coded language used to communicate these promises, hinting at payouts and increased status for anyone who carried out the attack successfully. Prosecutors argue this incentivized Durk's crew to go to extreme lengths, planning and executing an ambush with the expectation that their loyalty would eventually pay off. The prosecution alleges that the attack wasn't spontaneous. It was a...
And it ain't gonna be just Lil Durk getting hit with years or life in jail, bro. All y'all that's loyal, You dig what I'm saying? The snitches done started snitching. So it's gonna be more snitching. You feel me? To get less time, bro. This shit's silly.
Result of deliberate planning, members of OTF are accused of traveling from Chicago to Los Angeles with a mission, which was following Quando Rondo's movements and waiting for the right moment to strike. The hit itself, they claim, was executed in a way that aligns with a classic murder-for-hire operation, with members tracking Rondo's SUV, waiting for him and his crew to be in a vulnerable position before launching the attack. Court documents reveal that after the incident, the OTF members stopped at an In-N-Out where they discussed payments with one of the top OTF associates before heading back to San Diego to catch flights back home. Records show that there was a payment exchange that happened as a reward for the murder. Now, the most important part in all this is that they're saying that LilDurk is the mastermind behind everything. He was the one who provided funds for flight.
It's just like Thug in the YSL case. Like, they paying Thug to be the mastermind. They gonna pay Durk to be the mastermind. Like, this is a crazy situation, bro, on a federal level, bro. Like, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Ensuring his associates could travel from Chicago to Los Angeles, and according to court documents, Durk allegedly arranged the OTF members to make this trip. So they were operating based on what he told them to do as the head honcho. Durk's top associate, Keon Grant, reportedly coordinated logistics on the ground, but Durk is said to have provided the financial resources and guidance needed for the ambush. Keon Grant arranged hotel accommodations, bought ski masks to conceal identities, and obtained 2 luxury sedans for the group. Court documents indicate that Grant was also the one who supplied firearms, including one reportedly converted into a fully automatic weapon, all of which prosecutors argue was facilitated under Durk's orders. I think you probably at this point understand why this is so bad for Durk. These aren't just accusations of association or indirect involvement. Prosecutors are painting him as the mastermind behind a deadly, premeditated act. He's being accused of financially and logistically supporting a murder-for-hire scheme that targeted a rival, going as far as to cover travel costs, conceal identities, and provide weapons for the attack. This is some serious stuff right here. And if the court accepts this narrative, it elevates his role in the case to the one who's going to carry the full responsibility for organizing a violent conspiracy with potential penalties, including life in prison or even death penalty, if the court finds sufficient evidence of intent. Moreover, the case is built around...
Y'all go make sure y'all watch my last LilDurk video so I can understand the terminology. They really break it down. Shout out to ABC News for breaking it down. But go watch the last video. It tells you what the charges are and they really break it down, alright?
Digital communications, flight records, and surveillance footage. Evidence types that can be compelling in court. Prosecutors are likely betting that one of Durk's associates could flip, testifying to strengthen their case even more. If any of the co-conspirators cooperate with authorities, it could seal the case against them, making the charges even harder to fight. Now, one of the things that's a little bit ironic about this entire situation is the fact that for the past 2 years, LilDurk has publicly been working on cleaning up his image. After years of being tied to the street life, he's trying to turn over a new leaf. For anyone who doesn't know, LilDurk has not only embraced Islam, but even went as far as converting, changing his name to...
But to be honest though, in a way he did get his lick back, so he trying to leave that life behind. All the crime that we're talking about in this video, YouTube, it happened way in the past, like, you know, a couple years ago, you know, maybe 3 years ago. I can't really recall it, but you know, I see why Durk was trying to clean up his image, because, you know, he got his lick. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much a cousin for a cousin. So I get it why he was, you know, trying to change, and he probably was leaving the street life alone for real.
Mustafa Abdul Malik. So he's definitely been on a journey of rebranding himself.
But one thing, and I'm gonna stop pausing this video, what goes on in the dark does come to the light. So keep that in mind. Really keep that in mind.
On top of this, he's done community service and launched the Neighborhood Heroes Foundation to support underprivileged youth. And this shift didn't go unnoticed. He was even awarded an honorary key to the city.
He got the key to the city in Chicago.
Durk Banks, or Lil Durk, was honored and celebrated last week with keys to the villages of Bellwood and Broadview.
And so on behalf of the village of Broadview, we are honored to present this key to the city to Durk Banks.
This was more recent.
If you're texting a girl you really like, but she's leaving you on red, waiting hours to reply, or ghost...
And this was literally last week. Local leaders, praised his efforts to give back and promote positive change, holding him up as an example of redemption. Fun fact, they ended up revoking the key after this indictment. Lil Durk, a few weeks ago, also announced that his criminal record was recently wiped clean. Now, could all this be a defensive move on his end? Because when someone is involved in something like this, especially someone with Lil Durk's influence and public presence, it's important to consider how them reshaping their image can help them if legal troubles come their way. Durk's public shift to a more positive, community-focused persona, receiving the key to the city, doing charity work, and his spiritual growth all adds layers to his defense if anything would happen. Like in this case, it sends a message that he's moving away from his past, showing the authorities that he's more serious about changing and leaving his past behind. And maybe for Lil Durk, it wasn't so much about completely avoiding any legal troubles, but maybe he did all this as a way to soften the blow of whatever he did. That's of course me just speculating, but thinking about it logically, it does make sense. Because best believe someone with Lil Durk's status understands the power of public opinion and how it can sway narratives. By portraying himself as a reformed individual, he builds a layer of protection, influencing how people view him and possibly impacting how authorities handle him. The question still remains though, whether this rebranding was a genuine evolution or a strategic buffer given his history. Personally, I don't think this is going to end too well for him. If they actually have recordings or solid evidence of Durk orchestrating a murder, the defense options are limited. When it comes to cases involving premeditated murder, especially with the added weight of conspiracy or organized crime, the sentencing gets really serious. People facing charges like this typically don't get lenient treatment. The legal system often comes down hard, and with someone of his profile, authorities will likely pursue the maximum just to make an example out of him. Durk might be looking at significant time unless his legal team finds a way to poke holes in the prosecution's evidence or challenges the credibility of any witnesses against them. And in high-profile cases like this, even if they don't have direct evidence, the cumulative weight of circumstantial and digital proof can still lead to heavy consequences. Overall, it's really sad to see millionaire rappers still getting involved in situations like this. With the opportunities and success someone like Lil Durk has achieved, you'd think he'd be able to fully separate himself from that lifestyle. But as you guys can see, even with fame, money, and all the chances to make a positive impact in this world, it's clear that he's still stuck on the streets. I'm really curious how this is going to end for him.
Listen, bro. It's hard to lead them streets, man. It's hard to lead them streets, bro. But I would advise the youth, man, if you just got into that lifestyle, bro, exit immediately, bro. Because think about it. This all falls down to principle of niggas trying to be gangster. How many gangsters do you know are still alive? Or how many gangsters you know that's in jail and they ain't coming home? You know? I get it. But sometimes, bro, being gangster really ain't the answer, bro. Live to see another day. Live to see your family, your kids, if you have them.
And it'll definitely take some time for this to get resolved. Anyway, this Lil Durk story is definitely crazy. You made it this far. Do your...
But listen, dog. We just gotta come together, bro. We just gotta come together. Cause like I would love to hear Quando, Rondo, and Durk on another song, bro. For real. For real. Like, I'm here for the music, man. I'm here for the music, bro. I ain't taking sides. I'm not picking sides. But it's crazy, bro. It's really out of control. This year has brought a lot of things to the light, bro. Diddy, Thug. Like, the craziness. But if you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, man. Tell me who right, tell me who wrong or indifferent in the comments, please. Let me know what I should be reacting to. This is Just Reacts, and this is another video just for you. React Gang, I'ma see y'all in the next video.